Sophia and the Sword of Truth. Sophia was no ordinary warlock. Her power was unmatched, her spells feared across the lands. But her heart was as cold as the icy winds that swept through the mountains she called home. For years, she had siphoned energy from others to fuel her magic, leaving them hollow and broken. Yet, no matter how much she took, it was never enough to fill the void within her. Anger burned in her chest like a wildfire, consuming everything in its path. One night, as she sat alone in her tower, a voice echoed in her mind, a voice she hadn't heard in years. It was soft but firm, like the whisper of a long-forgotten dream. God never meant for you to live inside a box, Sophia, she scoffed, brushing it off as a trick of her weary mind. But the voice persisted. Find your way to God, fortify your strength, heal your traumas, draw the sword of truth. The sword of truth, she muttered, her voice tinged with bitterness. What truth? That the world is cruel, and I am its reflection. The voice fell silent, but the words lingered, gnawing at her. For the first time in years, Sophia felt a flicker of something she couldn't name, hope, perhaps, or curiosity. Against her better judgment, she decided to seek out this sword of truth, if only to prove it didn't exist. The journey begins. Sophia's journey took her through dark forests and barren wastelands, places that mirrored the emptiness she felt inside. Along the way, she encountered people who tested her patience and resolve. There was a beggar who asked for her help, a merchant who tried to cheat her, and a wounded soldier who begged for mercy. Each time, her first instinct was to lash out, to destroy them as she had done to so many others. But the voice's words echoed in her mind. Don't treat people the way you downtreat and downrespect yourself. Some are put in your life for a reason. Reluctantly, she helped the beggar, confronted the merchant with honesty, and spared the soldier. Each act of kindness felt foreign, like wearing a coat that didn't fit. Yet, with every step, she felt a small piece of her anger chip away. The test. One night, Sophia found herself in a village plagued by a powerful demon. The villagers begged for her help, but she hesitated. Why should I care? She muttered. Let them suffer as I have. But as she turned to leave, she saw a reflection of herself in a nearby well, not the powerful warlock she thought she was, but a broken, hollow shell. The voice returned, louder this time. If you fail your test, then those triggers were there for you to learn what needs fixing and how to fix them. With a growl of frustration, Sophia turned back. She faced the demon, not with the dark magic she had relied on for so long, but with a newfound strength she didn't know she possessed. The battle was. The villagers cheered, but Sophia felt no pride, only exhaustion and a strange sense of peace. The sword of truth. As she left the village, Sophia came across an ancient temple hidden deep in the forest. Inside, she found a sword glowing with a soft, golden light. The voice spoke again. This is the sword of truth. It is not a weapon to wield against others, but a tool to cut through the lies you've told yourself. Sophia hesitated. For so long, she had believed she was unworthy of love, of peace, of redemption. But as she grasped the sword, she felt its warmth spread through her, melting the ice around her heart. Memories of her past, her pain, her anger, her mistakes flooded her mind. But instead of drowning in them, she faced them, one by one, and let them go. A new life. When Sophia emerged from the temple, she was no longer the cold-hearted warlock she had been. Her magic remained, but it was no longer fueled by the energy of others. Instead, it flowed from a place of strength and healing within her. She knew the journey ahead wouldn't be easy. Old habits and dark temptations would try to pull her back, but she also knew she wasn't alone. As she walked away from the temple, the voice spoke one last time. Your new life costs you your old life. Let go of those who choose to stay with their demons. With God, no one can come near you. Sophia smiled, a genuine smile she hadn't felt in years. She didn't know what the future held, but for the first time, she felt ready to face it. The sword of truth hung at her side, a reminder of the strength she had found and the journey she had taken to reclaim her soul. And so, Sophia walked into the light, leaving the shadows of her past behind.